30, 25, 20, 15. He is in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Welcome to this week's show. The Huskers and Badgers faced off the final home game of the year for Nebraska. You honored 31 guys who at least chose to walk. Some could be back in the program next year. And boy, for 59 minutes, you did about everything you could in that game to win it.
Yeah, but you got to play 60.
Yep.
You know, as you said, I got to do a better job with them, you know, just in situations like that, because we do put them in the situations, you know, the 4-minute offense bleeding the clock. And we left just too much time on the clock. But, you know, we just need one stop. And we need, 2 first downs, or 1 first down, and you could have gave it back to them in 2 minutes. But, you know, it was a tough one. That was a tough one.
15-14, Badger victory. We'll get to the first half highlights. That's coming up next. Welcome back to the Bank of the West Husker football show. On a Saturday, a cold, blustery Saturday of Memorial Day, Nebraska played their final home game of the year against the Wisconsin Badgers, and a chance for some guys to play their last game of the season. You get the football first. You don't score on this drive, but you move it out to midfield and kind of flip the field.
Yes, good job by Casey pulling it down and running and getting the extra yards. You know, I thought he came back and he played pretty good. He missed right there. You know, he had Trey running up the seam.
Completion here to Oliver Martin on 3rd and long. Not quite enough for the first down.
Not quite, but you still was able to, you know, pin him back.
Yeah.
It's a field position football game. We talked to him with the win factor.
Good start on defense. They try to take a shot downfield, incomplete pass here.
Oh, yeah, that's when we lost Buford right there.
That was too bad, man.
Yeah.
It looked bad.
This is a great stop by our defense. Great stop.
So you get the football back, no score. You gave up a couple sacks, and you probably figured that was going to happen.
Yes, that was going to happen. They're really good up front. You know, you see them right there. They're really good up front.
Benton was a name we called an awful lot. So they then try to muscle up on you, but you're able to stop this drive because you force him out of the pocket, and he has an intentional grounding.
Yeah, and they did a great job. They got a really good offensive line. They moved us around a little bit, but I thought the guys hung in there.
And O'Shawn.
It's a great play right, O'Shawn, right here, making him pull up. It's a great job by the defense, and it was an intentional grounding on their part.
Yep, and the officials pick it out, so they have to punt and get the ball back to you. Anthony Grant, this is his longest run of the day.
It's the longest run of the day, but I'm telling you, it's just this kid keeps plugging in there and keeps staying in the fight.
And then another sack here.
Yes, right here, you know. Once he stepped up, he had to try to get the ball out, and he said he didn't see anybody.
I like the way he ran the ball today.
Yeah, well, no, he got down. You know, he ran hard, and he tried to get the first downs.
So Wisconsin gets it back, and then they have
we lost the tight end right here. You know, we talked about that coming off the sideline. He just lost the tight end.
But I like this play. Malcolm Hartsock.
Yes, good job by Malcolm here. Good job. You know, it's a good return. You know, now you got to transition from offense to defense. Defense to offense, man.
His 3rd interception of the season. What a freshman year.
Yeah, great job for that kid. Great job by him.
So now you have a short field, and your offense puts together a nice drive.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You got to take over when you get turnovers. You got to make them pay. It's a good job by Casey right here.
Running hard, gets down there, and then a heavy dose of Trey Palmer down in the red zone.
Yes, Trey did a really good job. You know, really good job this yesterday.
Here's the touchdown play right on the goal line, but he had enough to get it.
Had enough to get in there. They thought he bobbled it. He told me, he said, I trapped it in there. You know, it was a good route by him. You see, he got negative at the top of the route, so he came back to the ball. It was a really good route.
That's his 6th touchdown of the season. Then you could tell Wisconsin wanted to try to power up on you, go double tights.
Well, yeah, they want to run. They had a lot. We've seen a lot of 12T and a lot of 21 personnel.
Coach, they bled 6.5 minutes off the second quarter clock on this drive.
Exactly. You know, and right here, we thought we could pick that.
And then they have to kick into the wind, and they can't get the ball there. That was tough.
The wind was tough.
So there it was. 7-0 halftime score, second straight home game. You've shut somebody out in the first half.
Defense played well the first 2 against Minnesota.
Yep.
And then just like yesterday.
So 7-0 the halftime score. Back to look at the second half action coming up next. So 7-0 Nebraska with the lead as we welcome you back to the Bank of the West Husker football show. They get the ball to start the second half. You have the wind at your back in this quarter.
Yeah, we didn't want to give him the ball and the wind. And that's a decision we made as a staff.
And 3 and out on the defense to start. So it worked out okay.
Worked out okay.
Now,
it's a good play right here by Ernest.
Your offense then has a 3 and out.
Yes, and that's what we can't have. That's what we got to stop. Thought we should have handed it off. We think we threw 3 straight passes. We handed it off and try to run the ball. You know, and right here, he just got it tipped. He's gonna complete it, but it's tipped. But that's bad on our part.
So then Wisconsin bleeds some clock. They go on a 14-play, 74-yard drive,
Yes.
and chew up a lot of that win quarter.
And that's what they do. You know, that's what they do. They in this conference.
So they get it down. They don't get 6. They get 3.
Yes.
What you got to like your defense able to buckle up.
Oh yeah, they buckled
here.
up and held them. Didn't let them get in.
So that was initially, that was a close play along the sideline.
Yeah.
They said he was out of bounds.
Then you get 3 though.
So now you're up 7-3, but you do respond. You get some help on this drive because they commit 2 long penalties in this drive.
Yeah, you get the targeting
right here.
You know, targeting, and then that's the late hit on Casey.
So that gives you 15 yards, but this still was a really nice drive, and you got the tight ends involved on this drive. I like this little wrinkle here to Chancellor.
Yeah, this is a good screen to Chance. You know, Chance is really good with the ball in his hand.
So probably need to get a few more blocks down the field on that drive right there. Now Travis Vokalek with a nice catch here.
Yes, it's good by Travis. Travis is a big physical kid. You know, his kid's gonna have I think he's gonna have a good pro career. I really do.
So here you get a pass to Omar. Good catch by Omar.
No doubt. You know, he gave you the out, take it.
And then I love this play.
Yes, right there.
Wide open, so you're up 14-3.
Yes.
You gotta feel great at this point.
He felt good at that point, but we knew it wasn't over. We know it was a 2-score game, but we know they was gonna what? They was gonna stay with their offense.
So Wisconsin responds, a 10-play, 75-yard drive as we get into the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Now right there, that's what we always talk about. We got to knock that ball out. Knock that ball out. He's right there. He don't see you coming. Well, Q got nosy. You know, Q needs to stay and set the edge. He got nosy. That's on Q right there.
And then Braxton Clark eyes.
They lost him. Yeah, lost him. You know, you're playing man. You know, you're playing man.
Thought that might be an interception when
I thought it was
quarterback
too.
threw the ball.
Yeah.
They go for 2. You stop this play.
Yeah.
So you got a 5-point lead.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go in the game. And you get a first down on this drive.
Yes.
But you needed 2 or 3.
We needed 2 or 3. We needed to take the ball down, and we needed to really get a score. We needed to at least get a field goal.
So here's 3rd and long. Anthony runs it up because you're probably not throwing into the wind. You're probably not going to be able to get that.
It's a 9 drive.
But your defense, coach, 3 and out.
3 and out.
Ernest Hausman, double-digit tackles again today for
He's
you.
That's a kid. He's going to be a really good player. Right here, look, they still swarming to the ball.
So now here's the play along the sideline where they initially called it a catch.
Yeah, I saw the bobble. Then then his foot was out.
So they give the ball back, and this is the one you probably want back.
Yeah, this is what we tried to run the ball right now. We got some penetration inside. Now it's 3rd and 7. You know, you're missing.
So now you give the ball back, and they've got plenty of time on a short field here.
Short field.
1 first down, you could have bled that inside in 2 minutes.
Exactly. You know.
And now you have a bust in coverage on a little wheel route to the running back.
Yeah, Jalen. Buddha lost the back. You know, we've shown him that play all week. Buddha lost the back.
Now you're probably thinking, do I call timeouts? What do I do here?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We was going to call timeout to try to keep some time on the clock.
The Badgers get it inside the last minute. Finally, the hands go up. They take their first lead of the game. Go for 2. You stop him short.
Yep.
And then you just don't have much time left.
Just don't have enough, no.
So Casey trying to make something happen with his feet.
You got to get a timeout right there.
And then your last play of the game here ends up with an incompletion and a really disappointing walk across the field, I'm sure, for you after this one.
It was a tough one. It was just, that one really hits home, and it's tough. We got to be to finish people off, and that's what it's been. It's just been playing tight games around here for a couple of years, but now we got to figure out, how to finish them off.
15-14, the final score. We have more of the show coming up next. Welcome back to the Bank of the West Husker Football Show. Last week, Husker Athletics put out The Place. It's a short-form documentary that the athletic department puts out from time to time. This one focused on the Louisiana connection to the Husker football program and primarily Trey Palmer.
Goes Deeds, got a man! Touchdown! Big Red! Trey Palmer!
My town is probably 1,000 people small. My graduating class in high school is 20-something or 30.
It was like a small town, so everybody know everybody. He was raised by everybody. He played with the neighborhood. He played baseball, he ran track.
Trey Palmer, he gets gold in the 200 meter, 21:11. It breaks the 1A record.
Yeah, I was like that. I won it 4 years in a row, 200. It's just always been me. Like, I can run. Like, I don't even got to stretch or nothing. Like, I don't got to warm up or nothing. I can just run. And it was just like outlet for me. Like, just running just feel good.
I love him watching run though, because the way he used to run, what he do is he don't know his speed, so he just get close by him and all of a sudden he just pass him and then look back at him. Because I always tell him, like, we're a small town, you know. I want him to get out of Kitwood, you know, come back and visit, but get out. But never forget where he come from.
It's very, very small, and it was like low-income people and stuff, so I was really in the struggle. And football was just a way to help me out there.
Trey was 15 years old when I met him. You know, he was waking his brothers up, taking them to school, feeding them. Then he had to get to school on time, so it was just like, okay, he didn't have a father in his life, so, you know, let me step in, and Ramonda, his mom, allowed me, you know, to raise him like he was my own.
Coach Mickey been in Trey's life since he been in the 9th grade. He's been like a father to him. It's not just about coaching. You know, he worry about what Trey do outside of football. And when Trey wasn't doing, you know, too good, like he fell off on grades, he'll call me and say, we have to handle this together, and we did.
He been there through everything. He just like a father figure to me, and he just care about you as a person, not just as a football player. And I really liked it about him, because most coaches in college don't really care, they just care for the player, but he care for you as an individual. Like, we just clicked right away, because he knew where I was coming from, and he probably came from a similar environment that I came from. And we just clicked right then and there. And ever since then, we just been close.
I found Trey when he was a freshman, and he was already running like 10.6, 10.700 meters. He was all-state defensive back, he was all-state receiver. You know, he was all-state baseball player, he was all-state track player. So everything he did at a high level. And he was 15 years old, and he played both ways, but he was the fastest kid on the field. And then when he committed to us at LSU his sophomore year, he never wavered, but he wanted to play for me. And that made me feel really good, you know, because I said, okay, I reached this kid. When it was time to leave LSU, it was no question that he was coming.
When he decided to transfer to Nebraska, even though I like, Trey, that's too far, you know, it's gonna be hard for me to make it to high school games and come up here. And he was like, he told me these words, Ma, I prayed about it, just trust me. I'm gonna be good. So I said, Trey, I'm gonna trust you, and you can go to Nebraska.
I trusted Mickey, so if he was going here, I was going here, so.
What did he tell you about Nebraska?
It's a fun place, and it's a good support system, and like, you will love it here. And I said, all right, let's roll.
We're back on the Husker Football Show. Time for us to check out the Hy-Vee sounds from Saturday.
Nebraska and Wisconsin today, final home game of the 2022 season for Nebraska, the last of the 7 home games. The next time fans will be coming through the gates to watch Husker football will be that spring game. 2 on the play clock. Mertz lifts the leg, gets its shotgun snap, back to throw, has some time, rolling out, steps, throws downfield. The pass is going to be intercepted. Malcolm Hartzog at the 45 to midfield, down the far sideline, inside the Badger 40 to the 38-yard line. Malcolm Hartzog's 3rd pick of the year. Snap back to Thompson. Has some time. Steps, throws over the middle. Pass is caught near the goal line by Trey Palmer. And it's a touchdown. Nebraska. Trey Palmer's 6th touchdown of the year.
Yeah, go get it, young fella.
Snap back, low snap. Casey has to go get it. Steps, throws to the end zone. Has a man wide open. Touchdown. Nebraska. Trey Palmer wide open. Right at the goal line. 6 more for the Big Red. Offset eye. Allen the deep back. Wide receivers left and right. Stretch play left to Braylon Allen trying to bounce to the outside. Huskers covering, and they'll bring him down. A Cornhusker sandwich. Nelson and Feast. It's a loss of 3 yards. The celebration on the near sideline for the Badgers as they know they're headed bowling for the 21st straight year.
We're back at the Bank of the West Husker Football Show. Last week you said 2-game season. Now it's a 1-game season. And playing an Iowa team that you know is going to play hard.
Yeah, they're playing, like you said, they're playing for the West and senior day, so the crowd's going to be ready to go. We got to get prepared this week, and we will. I know we'll go in there and we'll fight it, and the kids going to give everything that they have.
So one more chance for some guys to put on that Husker uniform. That should mean something.
Yeah, that's going to mean something. That's, the last game, and you want to you want to win this last game. You want to know, just go out a winner. That's what you want to do.
Iowa's a lot like some of the teams you've been playing recently.
Yes, they tough defense,
Yeah.
ball control offense. So we're gonna have to match whatever they do. We're gonna have to match it this week.
All right, have a good week of prep.
Thank you.
Huskers and Hawkeyes on Black Friday. We're back next week to check out the action from that game. I thanks the entire Husker Vision crew and to you for watching. We'll see you again here next week.